Hey, everybody. This is your question of the day asking you if you know how to do 3.12 basic outputs. So the first thing that I would like you to show you is where it's at. So 3.12 was from last week. So if we go down here to 3.12, and if we look and see what we have, I think Jessie is a good example that I would like to pull up. So with her 3.12, she went in and here's her program for Hello World, and it shows it. Her acronym for her name, the flowchart questions, the square drawing questions, her flowchart that she drew, her robot square to actually draw it, and then it shows you how you do it. Now, that is what I'm looking for on 3.1.2. Now, if you haven't done that, you will need to go back in and you will need to modify that for me. So if we go into Project Lead the Way, and we go into 3.12, and remember, 3.1 is where we're at, and you will need to go into here. And do you see this distance learning one? Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing at home, or you should have done at home. And if you were here, this is what we're doing here. We're going through, and I'll do another video on that, on what we're going to be doing to get those done. And I will share that with another video. But right now, I just want to go to the digital one or the distance learning one. So 3.12, you click that button there. You'll go down. It says your goals is develop an algorithm, step-by-step process for solving problems, analyze and describing algorithms represented as a flowchart or a program code, and identify and test and implement possible solutions to the problems using the computer. So it says the introduction says computer programs are used in many applications in our daily life. Devices that are controlled by the processors is called output. These devices are varieties of functions such as motion, light, and sound. In this activity, you will be using VEX VR to control outputs. So what we did on 3.11 is we went in and we did inputs. So now we're going to be doing outputs. So it gives you your VEX VR. It also gives you back the flow chart, and it also gets into your program design. So the first thing that it tells you to do is it tells you to go into VEX VR, and then you're going to go into the playground, and then it's asking you to actually have it display the message, Hello World. Okay, you will need to go into the program, and you will need to do a screenshot, kind of like what Jessie did. And then the next one says, create a program using pseudocode, play background, and use a default playground and the drop list. And then it actually asks you to do and observe the output that appears, okay? So here is part one, planning an algorithm. You're designing an algorithm that displays a specific message every time you run the program. So while the coding, I should have a flow chart, translate the pseudocode, program, debug, and repeat steps as necessary. So in your notebook, create a pseudocode for your program. After you have completed the pseudocode, write your program. Before you run your program, you will need to click clear in the lower section of the playground and then start. Test and debug your code. When done, download your program and the output showing the monitoring panel. And then it shows you how you do that. To download the VR block file, click File, Save to your device. To download the text, you will do the file of the output and click Save. Now, once you do that, I would like you to attach that file if you can, okay? If you had to rename the program, and it shows you how do you rename the program. And then it says part two, Snell Drive. So here we are. We're going to actually learn about a flow chart, help us plan an algorithm. So it's how many tasks do you complete daily? Brush your teeth. Each task is made up of steps of sequences known as algorithms. An algorithm is several forms. Human may prefer common language, most complex problems, and onwards. Now, if you see here, it actually has more buttons here. So as you go through here, continue to go through, and your job at home is to make sure that you are going complete through everything that is on here for virtual. And what this is just doing is showing you how to do a flow chart, and it's showing you how to figure out how to get the steps in right. And that's what that is. And so then down here is check your knowledge. So you will need to go on here. You will go in there and you'll answer the 2 questions and take a screenshot of that. After that, it's asking you, in the next program, you're going to have an output of a drivetrain, a pin drawing a shape on the playground. First, you must complete the flow chart of your program, and then you create an algorithm. So flow chart first. Flow chart goes in your ISM book. Algorithm goes on to Robot C, and you're going to show me what it looks like here and what yours is, okay? When flow charting, it just basically gives you that. In your notebook, create a flow chart for your program. Well, I should be able to see that. Flowchart versus pseudocode. What is the difference between those? And here it is to create a new file, new block project, open the playground, and it's telling you what to do here for that activity for 14. 15 is test and debug, and 16, when you're done, test your program, download and share it directly, directed by your teacher. So what I'm directing you now on how to do that. Part 3 is where you're going to have to go in your engineering notebook or your ISM book, write a flow chart to move the robot square by square, and then all 4 corners of the grid map, okay? X and Y. And then you will print the block position, go into Robot C, and as you can tell here, it's a helpful hints to tell you how to do that. Download and share your program and your monitor output directed by your teacher. This is another thing I should have. And then at the end, I should have a conclusion of any of the challenges and describe your outputs. Now, so there is your step-by-step on 3.1.2. When you get that done, if you will, please submit it. I will do a separate one for 3.13, and I hope you have a blessed day.